Showing you this doctor's face because he's off the public's radar. Not a mention of him or his time in jail for open and gross lewdness on the state's sex offender registry. That's why the mother of these children has no idea about his past as she visits the same building where he's now working again as a doctor, and why the people living in his neighborhood are also unaware.
Why do you think you shouldn't have to register as a sex offender? Doesn't the public have a right to know about your past?
This man's past includes a series of incidents inside a locker room at a Massachusetts gym a number of years ago. He pleaded guilty to 4 counts of open and gross lewdness and was sentenced to 4 months in jail after being accused of masturbating while naked in front of boys multiple times. Police suspected he was a repeat offender because 4 years earlier he was investigated but never charged after 6 children said he exposed himself at a community pool in another town. All information the Sex Offender Registry Board could have considered had the board ever had the chance to classify him. But this doctor never had to register because he changed his plea after the Sex Offender Registry Board started the registration process. He ended up pleading guilty to 1 count of open and gross lewdness instead of 4. The law requires multiple convictions in order to have to register. That plea change was enough to keep him off the sex offender registry and out of the public's view.
It does seem like your lawyer worked the system so you wouldn't have to register. Is that what happened?
Something stinks big time.
Debbie Savoya pushed for the creation of the state's sex offender registry more than 2 decades ago.
We have the right to know what he looks like. We should have a picture that we're able to show our children.
Knowledge is power, so the more people know, the better they are and the better they can protect their children.
Do you think this is someone who should be registered as a sex offender?
Oh, absolutely.
Sex offender registration is a very serious sanction.
Defense attorney Brad Bailey did not represent the doctor, but says he's helped people who committed sex crimes avoid having to register as sex offenders. Either prosecutors agree during plea negotiations or judges have to be convinced. 5 Investigates has learned that prosecutors in the doctor's case had agreed that he would not have to register.
Any good defense attorney who's handling sex offenses is not just looking at the liberty interest in terms of what the potential jail sentence is, but is also thinking about and trying to address also the long-term consequences.
We asked the Sex Offender Registry Board and the trial court how often it happens, but both say they don't track that information.
Who exactly is getting this special treatment? Because it is special treatment.
The lack of information now catching the attention of State Representative Shauna O'Connell, who has written a letter to the Chief Justice of the trial court asking how often people convicted of sex crimes are able to avoid registering as sex offenders.
Because I think it's important that the public know exactly what the courts are doing. Who are they relieving of their duty to register? What are the crimes that have been committed? And is this putting our communities, our children, women in danger?
As for the doctor who went to jail for open and gross lewdness, the state medical board reinstated his license, saying he's been successfully treated, but the board restricted his practice to adults only. Mike Bodette, 5 Investigates.